Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Kamen Rider Gaim. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to a Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. So am I pronouncing that right? Gaim? Or is it Gaim? I don't know. I have no idea. I know I'm trying my best. That's all I know. But yeah, it's because it's a foreign language to me. I don't know whether I'm saying it right. Don't know whether I'm saying it right. So I'm just gonna say it like I think. I'm gonna say what I see. I say what I see. Singing my song. I say what I see. Alright, and also, I think I'm going to have kind of a jumping pose on this one. Alright, something like that. And again, yeah, I've talked about this before, is I don't know these more recent Kamen Riders. I grew up with the old series, like the original, the first ones, you know. And, you know, fell out of it, started doing other stuff, Star Wars and whatnot, but I still, you know, would show them on TV and we would get to watch them, me and my brother. We grew up watching all this old, you know, classic stuff, classic kaiju, and I see that it's still been going. That's the crazy part. It's been going on since then, so that's amazing. But anyway, so I'm trying to find stuff you guys like, trying to, you know, see what else other people like to draw. So I'm always trying something different. But again, that being said, that also means that I am not as familiar with it. So, if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. It's basically what I'm trying to say. It's a long way of me trying to get there. Say, you know, I'm trying my best. And I don't mean to insult anybody if I get it wrong. Let's see. So yeah, so back to this. Sorry, I always get quiet when I start thinking, and I know sometimes I'm here to entertain you. I'm your dancing monkey. I don't know what I'm doing, and I only have images that I found on the internet to go by. So sometimes it's not 100% perfect, but I'm trying. And it's fun. I love the characters. It's such a great idea, concept that they design them like toys. So the toy is halfway made. You know, once they come up with this year's Kamen Rider, it's a design wearing a belt that's a toy and all kinds of fun stuff. So that's just such a great idea. I mean, it's almost, you know, some people could say, oh, that's just a gimmick to sell toys. It's like, well, yeah, but that's what they're doing. They're not being, you know, they're not hiding it. They're like, yeah, we want to sell toys. And look, you can wear the exact same thing he's wearing. So we're going to design it that way. And there's no figuring out how to make it into a toy because it's halfway there, you know? Or no, it's 90% there. He wears what you can buy. You can buy these same weapons, toys, and belts and stuff like that. And you know, good to go. You know, ready for action, basically. Ready for fun. That's the best part. It's ready for fun. Okay, so let's see. But, oh yeah, so also something I was talking about too is that I don't understand it and I don't really have all the details. So I'm drawing as close as I can with only pictures and without understanding it. So it may not make sense to me right away that, oh, well, that's part of a gun. Oh, that's part of this. That transforms into a, you know, X amount of this. Doesn't all quite click to me yet, so that's another thing I apologize for. I don't have all the specifics. Okay, so let's see. With this one, I wonder if... Ooh, let's do something like that. How about... stick this hand out. And we... Yeah, because, okay, so also the reason I was saying stuff like that is because what's with his sword? Why is it a big orange slice? Again, things I don't quite know or understand. So, looking at this as a, you know, someone trying to, coming in from the outside, I don't get why it's a sword, like a big slice of orange. But I'm gonna draw it, you know, I'm gonna have some fun. Let's see there. It looks to me, do they connect? Does this connect to that sword and they make some kind of big super sword or something? I don't get it. I mean, I don't have to get it, you know, it's not for me, but just curious. Something like that. Let me get a straight edge to try to... I'm sitting here sketching and it's not even looking straight. There we go. That'll give me a straight edge to play with. Alright, so let's see. I think I've got enough detail that I can get started. And I can build off of this. Let me add a little extra detail on the face. Because actually I don't have enough on here. But I've got the positioning right, and that's what I was excited about. I was like, ooh, I can move forward. I got the positioning. You don't, dum-dum. You don't have the positioning. I mean, you don't have the detail. Like his little dragon teeth here, whatever that is. And that's the crazy part, is that's super subtle, so I'm trying to determine whether I should ink that in or color it in. Because if I ink it in, it's going to stand out. And that's kind of the idea behind some of this stuff. If I ink it in with Sharpie, it's going to stand out. And some of this stuff you don't want to stand out because you don't want to, like that. Let's take those teeth, for example. I don't really want it to stand out as big, gnarly teeth, but that's what they are. They got these two little vampire fangs, you know? So, and that's the thing about Kamen Rider. You know, the original mask is like that too, but the teeth don't stand out. They don't jump out at you as giant fangs. So that's the quest to what to emphasize and what not to. You know, that's the whole idea. That's the challenge of being an artist. Of, you know, you're in control. You're the magic maker. So it's up to you to make those decisions and make it look right, you know? Okay, so let me just add a few more little details here because I don't want to forget stuff. That's the other downside, is when I do stuff like this and I'm like, okay, I'm good to go, let's get started, because I've got the basics and Sharpie will make the rest stand out. Sometimes I'll forget stuff. And so that's why I want to just add a few extra details to make sure that I don't forget some of them. Okay, I think that'll work. One more. No, I think we're good. Okay, so let's welcome everybody that skipped over to this portion. And I'm going to erase some of these Sharpie lines too, because the sketch is not important as much as the confidence lines. And I want the Sharpie to stand out too, not the pencil lines. If you're working with pencil, you just get darker. You know, me, I just have to erase some of it, so I've got a guideline, but it's not going to stand out over the look of the Sharpie. Okay, I think that's enough right there. I've got a nice ghost of an image to trace and build off of. Alright, there we go. So let's welcome everybody that skipped. Welcome skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a drawing every day. Not necessarily a Kamen Rider, but still a drawing that you can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point, can find things that the fine point can't quite find. So, I've sketched the entire thing out, I've erased the sketch lines, and what's left is a small ghost of an image that I can trace over and guide me in this drawing. So I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen because I can control the line widths much better and add the detail that I want to add. So let me zoom in on the face and we're going to start on the mask. So I've sketched it out and know where I'm going to go, so I'm just going to pick a point start. So I'm going to pick this spot and just build out for the mask here. So I'm basically going to add this, and I was talking about this during the sketch that I'm trying to determine how much detail I'm going to add and how much I'm not. And what I mean by that is anything that I draw with this black Sharpie is going to stand out. So let me draw in the little mask of the face right here real fast. So the teeth that go underneath here, that's mainly what I'm talking about. Is like, do I want that to stand out or do I want to do that with color? Maybe I'll do it. But yeah, so you can subtly, you know, the way it's spelled subtly, you can subtly add stuff or you can really make it stand out. So that's what I'm trying to decide. And we'll get there in a second. Let's build the top of it here. So I'm going to draw the little spiky part of the swoop part of the helmet. And now I'm going to draw it. So I just wanted it as one piece. That's why I wanted to. And it's hard for me to, I can't turn my hand, you know, so I can only do so much. It's a little frustrating, but it's the challenge. It's what I chose to do. So I'm going to do it like that. So let me reposition myself real fast. And I'm going to just go ahead and draw this swoop. So I'm going to do like this to that. And it's going to connect over here. Swoop up to there. Come back down to this side and swoop over to that one. Like that. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. I'm going to retrace some of it just because it came out really thin because I was moving a little fast. I don't want it too thick. I like it nice and thin like that. It's a nice little contrast to what's going to happen with the rest of the Sharpie. But I want to... There we go. Alright, move my chair back. The little diamond jewel inside there, whatever that is, and I can draw the rest of his helmet now. So this part is going to connect and come down like this, and that's going to be the edge. That one's kind of covered up so you can't really see it, and we're going to draw the edge of his helmet now. So gotta make that decision. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to add it. And yeah, I'll add it. So that means I'm going to do the rest of his head. So I'm going to bring it around town like this. And again, I'm going to start to thicken up some of these outer edges. Usually I use this for like details like the eyes. Some very delicate parts. But now we're just talking about edges of a helmet. So it doesn't have to be super specific fine detail. But it'll be a nice contrast. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to go ahead and just bring it on down and finish off the mask on the front. Like this. And I think thickening it up too is going to hide what I was worried about of it being not subtle enough. So for the mouth, we're just going to come around like this, draw some little vampire fangs and come up and do that. And I think we've got it thin enough that it's not super over exaggerated. It looks like just like a robot mouth, you know? And that's what I was worried about, that it would look too much like a, you know, like I said, a vampire mask, you know, something a little too not ominous, but obvious, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Okay, so again, I'm thickening up these edges because of what's about to happen. And what I mean by that is this big fat Sharpie is going to stand out and do some craziness. Oops. Let's straighten that out. Alright, so now we just need the top of his head. I'm going to come around on the big old dome like that. And again, I'm going to thicken this up. And he's got like another layer to it, so we're going to add a second. Oops! I kind of went into there like that. That's unfortunate, but it happens. So, oh well. But yeah, so there's another layer, a level, I guess. So I'm just going to draw a thin line over it like that. Try not to bump into it. But it's no big deal if I do. Well, I just keep drawing into my other lines. What's going on? Okay, that's enough of that. So now I'm going to switch over to, or no, actually, wait, there's a little bit more, because that goes around almost like, I guess, a samurai mask type kind of thing. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe this was fine. This, in almost like a kabuki mask, right? Like a, you know, the scary masks that they have. Maybe that's what it is. So, you know, it's okay that it's very obvious, you know? Okay, so now that we've got that, I'm going to switch over to the big Sharpie. And we got a lot of detail to go here, so I'm going to try to get in what I can, but not draw everything, because we don't have time for every single detail. But I'm trying to give you enough to have some fun with it, okay? So, I need a good start-stop point for the neck. So let's go ahead and just draw like the edges like this. And that's kind of his collar slash shoulder. And there's, again, a lot of detail in robot parts. So I'm just going to kind of make some stuff up too. So just bear with me that some of this I just have to kind of go and not explain what it is. Just understand that, look, there's a lot of parts and we gotta just draw a bunch of stuff. Okay? And so a lot of times I also try to explain, like, okay, I'm drawing this and I'm drawing this now, and now we're gonna draw a shoulder pad and all that. Some of this stuff I have no idea. I'll be honest with you. There's so much in here that I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. It's very robotic. A lot of robotic parts, you know? So, okay, so I'm going to draw his shoulder over to his arm, and see, like that. I'll give you a little bit of explanation. Draw his shoulder, and his arm's kind of in front of him like this. So, I'm going to draw a front view of this, because this shoulder is raised up like this. And again, I'm going to draw like the little piston parts that he's got. And draw what I can. Like I said, it's very foreign to me, I guess it's the best way to say it. And he's got these little bumps, little bump stuff all over, and I want to draw them, but I kind of don't. I almost kind of want to do it with color. I think that's what we should do, because it's kind of like what I was talking about with the teeth, that I think it would look better if we leave it subtle and not add those specifics, you know? So anyway, I gotta draw this arm first because it's in front of the chest, and then I could draw what I can see of the chest, because you always draw what's in front, and then you can, that leaves you to, okay, there's only so much I need to draw because it's behind something. So what's in front is his arm, and so I've got his bicep going like this. You can't really see much because of the way it's bent into his elbow. Actually, there's his arm. There's his elbow. Kind of like this. Into his forearm. Like that. Okay? So there we go. We'll just add a little bit of creases and folds just to show that his arm is all bent over. And this is his armor piece. Like that. Okay? Alright, so his hand, he's just going like this. You know, he's just in a fighting stance. So on the back of his hand, he's got like this little metal piece like that. You can draw his side of his hand, connect it all. And I can draw his pinky like this. Oops, came to a little too pointy there. But that's what happens when you're drawing these big Sharpies. Sometimes you get the detail, sometimes you don't. I can draw his ring finger like that, his middle finger like that, and that's all I can really draw without losing detail. So we're gonna leave it like that. I'll add a little bit of extra here with this Sharpie, with this fine Sharpie, just to, you know, give it a little bit of something, because like I said, once you're working with these, sometimes they bleed. But that's the whole point. I want you to be able to work with tools that you can find just around your house. You shouldn't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of expensive tools just to play along. That's great if you got them, but you shouldn't have to go and spend extra. You just ask your parents, look around the house. I'm sure you got Sharpies, and that's the whole idea. So we're working with this to try to make it pretty, but it does have its limitations. Okay, so in front here now, in his chest, we're going to draw his edge like this of his chest piece, and it has like these flame looking things. Again, there's a lot of detail, so like that. And now I can draw the middle part. So this is going to come up like this. Let me draw the middle, because I got to see where that's going to go. Like that. Then I can draw these points like that. This one. Come down like that. Again, I want to add just a little bit of extra. Again, a lot of detail in this one, so I can only add so much. Okay. And still there's even more on top of that, so that's why I'm saying is like, there's so much I don't understand, but it's okay. It's no big deal. So this has almost like hinges. Like that. So it looks like these like hinge parts like roll over for some reason. Like maybe this whole thing flips over. Like it hinges on there. You can flip it up. I don't know. That's going to be my mantra for the day. I don't know. But I'm doing what I can to try to give you something to draw. So now that I have that, look, I can continue some of these and finish off some of these lines, because I had to stop without knowing where that front was. All right. Okay, so this arm we're just going to stick out, and I'm just going to, let's see, I'm going to add some of this like I had over here. Like you can see the flames coming out like that. Like from over there. And this part of the armor, which is up, because I have his arm up. Let's go ahead and draw the arm so you can see where we are. So the armor's like that. There's the arm, and then the armor is going to come up like this. And see, it's on this little hinge. And I guess that's what it's for. So it'll pop up. So here we're just going to draw the arm. It doesn't look like there's anything specific on there like armor. Oh, I guess there is on this side, but we'll get there in a second. So I'm going to draw his bicep to the crook of his arm. There's the elbow. And as we get to that armor piece, I'll do like this. Like that. Okay? Again, because this is cloth, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of stretch of material here, just to show that it's you know, cloth. Exactly that. I don't know why I'm trying to come up with a better word. It's cloth. So we're going to do some wrinkles and folds just because the material is stressed right there. And so now we can draw his sword. So I'm going to have his hand, or his thumb, like this. Oops, a little stubby. Didn't quite come out the way I wanted, but that's okay. And I'm going to draw, let's see, one finger underneath like that. Another one like this. Now I'll add some specific detail in a second. Like, we'll do like some of the digits like that you can see. And then I'll close off the hand and add some in there. But I wanted to draw the handle. I wanted to be visible. That, and then I can draw the rest of the hand like that. So I just wanted to make sure that I drew that first. Like I'm always talking about, draw what's in front first, and then you can draw what's behind. And here I'm just going to add just a little bit of hand detail, just to show stress on the material again. Okay, so I'm going to draw his hilt like that, and I'm going to draw the sword. Let's see, I got to position myself a little bit better too. So I'm going to come up like this, and let's see, I've got it. I drew a line, but let me redraw this line real fast just to make sure it follows the handle. There we go, something like that. So I'm just going to eyeball it. This, and then there's it looks like an orange slice to me, but I know it's not. There's the orange slice material. I'm going to do that. I probably should have just done it in color, but this will give you something to draw, right? There we go. And I know it's supposed to come down like that more, but you know, that's what I can do for now. Okay, so let's try to figure out this belt that's going on right here. So I'm going to draw the front of his chest. All this inside stuff going to come down like this, and draw his waist down to that. And so his belt. Again, I talked about this in a sketch. I don't know this character. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to figure this all out, but I don't know everything. So I'm going to try to guess at what it is just by pictures. And I apologize that I don't have it right, but I don't have one in front of me, so there's only so much I can do, you know? So I'm going to do this for his belt. Oh, but you know what? I got to draw the sword too. And so there's the other thing too, as I was talking about that, is I don't know what's what, so I can only draw what I think it is, you know? And guess at what's in front of me. Yeah, what I was also talking about is, the thing is, I don't know if something is supposed to be a gun or if it connects into that, because it also looks to me like these two connect into a whole new piece, and that's just crazy to me. So I don't get if that's really what it is, or I'm just crazy and making this up. Oops, that's a little off, a little crooked. Oh well. See, it's not quite straight with the handle, but that's all right. No big deal. Okay, because the best we can do is the best we can do. You know, that's how I have to look at it. Is, you know what? No big deal. There we go. Okay. All right, so now let's just go ahead and let me add some creases for his material right here, because I know it's cloth, and so it's kind of all bent up. And so now we're basically just drawing his legs. And so I got to draw his metal pieces, like his little reflector, not reflector. What's the word I'm looking for? Or his kneecaps. Gosh, I couldn't even think of it. I just want to make sure I don't draw in them, you know? Okay. So his knee's going to be bent like that. This leg's coming down here to this. And let's see, this one's going to be bent in, so let's go ahead and draw some crease lines in here because his legs are stretching the material, you know? There we go. All right. So now, let me find a better picture of his boots. Okay, so now I'm going to draw his leg in, and then we'll finish up both of them over here. We're going to come down like this. That little metal piece. Like that. This one's going to kind of do one of those. And for his boot, we're just going to come in and do this. Okay, I'll have some detail in a second. And so for the inside, pretty basic because it's armor too. You know, it's following the leg, but again, it's also an armor piece, so you're only seeing so much of it anyway. There we go. So let's just add a little bit of extra detail. Ooh, my Sharpie's dying. Like that. And this one's going to kind of come around. Do one of these. What you got to do there. And there we go. So that's all we can really do for the legs. So I'd say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Kamen Rider Gaim. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.